Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the 5 to 9 Job podcast. I am your host, Raymond, and today I am trying something that is completely new, completely out of my realm, but I should have done this from the beginning, and that is doing video for the podcast. So, in this first episode of season 2, I just wanted to put my face out there and just experiment and see what I can get done. Otherwise, this is my small studio. I hope it will be sufficient for the first time and we'll just keep getting better. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy the show and keep loving the 5 to 9 Job podcast. Hello and welcome to episode 1, season 2 of the 5 to 9 Job podcast. I have wanted to do this video thing for a long time, and I guess today has been the day. I just literally came from work, and like you can see, I'm still in my work shirt. So I just set up the camera. I set up in my small studio that I hope is not going to be permanent, but it's going to have to work for now. And I just want to test this out and see if I can really get this done, or if will help me with a podcast, or just generally with the whole all the other goals that I had around the podcast. Anyway, for anyone that has been following the 5 to 9 Job from season 1 was a blast, and we ended season 1 I think 3 weeks back. But I had taken this whole break that I thought would help me, but it actually did turn into a break since I have so many other things going on in the background. So it was more of a break from the podcast that almost made me not come back, but then it just kind of wasn't a break. I just don't feel like I really rested. But anyway, I took more than what you guys feel, because I think the last episode aired 3 weeks back. Yeah, 3 Fridays back. But before that, I think I had recorded like all those last 2 weeks of episodes like a month back. So literally I think I've been off like totally, like for at least 6 weeks. You can imagine what that does to how engaged you are with the platforms and everything. So I've just dropped the ball a lot in some of these areas, but I'm going to pick that ball back and I'm going to hit it as hard as I can this season. And as you can see, we're starting strong. Anyway, that's just a general update on the podcast. With the TikToks, I did at least keep up appearances on the TikTok. On the Instagram is completely like, you guys, Instagram at this point can sue me and I'll just pay. I have not posted anything on Instagram for a really long time. I mean, I don't think I've posted anything this whole year. So that just goes to show how bad I am on that platform. But I want to make it better. I sincerely want to make it better, and I think I can make it better. And then throughout my life, there have been some changes. I recently transitioned from one job, so I left the place I was working at. So maybe this season you won't hear me rant a lot about the things happening at work and the challenges I have. Though I do have, I saw it as sort of a theme around last season, when I was just reviewing that, and I thought maybe I could bring it out in a more helpful way. Instead of ranting, maybe I could talk about these topics in ways that are definitely going to help other people. So that is definitely something I am trying to incorporate into this season, and I guess we will just have episodes that are themed more towards helping us understand the work dynamics and getting better at the whole 9 to 5 thing, regardless of the fact that this is the 5 to 9 job. Like literally, the whole essence of this podcast is supposed to focus outside of the 9 to 5, but I kept on coming back to that. So now I want to just make it holistic and just make it all about life, yes, but still maintain all these other topics that I know I wanted to talk about. I also want to share a lot of the things that I learned during my 5 to 9 hours, so 5 p.m. to 9 a.m. When I talk of 5 p.m. to 9 a.m., the time I mean is from 5 p.m. when you get off work, when your time no longer belongs to your boss, when you have this time to yourself. What do you use your 5 p.m. hours all through to 10 p.m., all through to 3 a.m., all the way back to 9 a.m.? How do you use that time? And that is what essentially I wanted this podcast to be about. So how we grow during the 5 p.m. to 9 a.m. And I know I haven't clearly articulated that. And you know, the whole concept is also not so easy to articulate. I mean, even along some of the podcasts, I find myself saying 5 to 9 as 9 to 5. You know, like it's so easy to get caught up in this whole trend that has already been set. But I don't know, I think I can pull it off. I can be a trendsetter. I don't know. You guys just thank you for watching this if you are watching this. But otherwise, I will continue to try to push the 5 to 9 narrative forward, because I know it has definitely helped me. Maybe there have been times I've been less focused, but it has definitely helped me. All right, I got distracted, but back to the changes. You know, with all these changes that I have been implementing since the year began, you know, I started the whole year by saying no to a lot of projects that I had started last year that I felt were distracting me. I was so divided that I couldn't focus on some of the things that I knew I would feel bad if I didn't get to do and do well. So I started the year by cutting off a lot of projects, and then finally I ended up cutting off something that was literally the lifeline that I have been hanging on for the past year, you know. And with the people, you know, one thing I've learned from this whole experience of leaving a job is that, you know, when you tell few people and you don't tell other people, the people you tell, you don't expect them to talk about it the whole time. Because you see, right now, I understand the stigma around the whole unemployment thing, you know. It's not pretty to be unemployed. Everyone around you is going to tell you that, you know what, you left a good paying job, or you left your work and now you are out here with the unemployed. You should have been more, you know, grateful that you had that. You should have stayed there. You should have done this. Everyone is going to have opinions about what you should have done and what you should have not done. But at the end of it all, I just think I want the space to internalize my decision, you know, and take the break that I actually wanted to take from this. Because one of the reasons I left was that I wanted to just take a whole break and just re-strategize and just refocus everything and just rewash and relearn everything that I had been going through, you know, to just kind of have this fresh start for myself. So it's so annoying, I would say, when I try to not think about that, but a lot of people, or the people that I have told, or the people that I'm talking to on a daily, keep bringing it up and in a negative light, more so that nothing good will come out of this, of which I don't believe that. But you know, it's just been a hard dynamic. So I have just learned that, you know, next time I am making a big life decision and I don't want a lot of noise around it, because feedback is okay, yes, but there is when feedback becomes noise, and I realize there has been a lot of noise around this, and it's just a simple decision that I have made a plan. I know what I am going to do. I know that if it fails, it's going to be on me. But I mean, I don't need everyone trying to catastrophize it, because I believe I have something else that I am working on that could turn out tenfold if I just focused on that. So it would be much better that I focus my energy on building that, other than focusing my energy on the regret and trying to take it back and trying, because I am quite convinced I'm not going to take back the decision anytime soon. So the better move would be to just move on, something like that. But I just feel like people shouldn't talk about it a lot, and it's just overbearing when I want to forget it, when I want to move on, and everyone just keeps bringing back that topic. So I just want to also try to be very cognizant when people share with me news like that. You know, it could be leaving a relationship. Don't start talking about the relationship again to the guy when the guy is trying to get over there. You get it? So I think we just all need to be, I just need to be cognizant of that, the next person I'm talking to or the next friend I get into such a conversation with. Anyway, this is my first time doing video, so you guys are going to forgive me if I have to look at my notes to just keep my train of thought in the right direction. But the next one is about the self-sabotage and the rant that I have fallen in. You know, prior to me leaving and everything, I just felt like I was stuck, just because a lot of things were going wrong, which were completely independent from what I was going through, or independent from me, yes, but I just didn't feel like I had things under control. And I hope you guys get that feeling, that you just feel like everything is out of control, you don't have enough, you don't know how to manage everything else that is going on, when in fact you have a benchmark of how you used to do it, how it used to be, and you just want things to not just go back to the way they were, but to get better, because over time we should be getting better. You get it? So I've just felt like either I was self-sabotaging myself, or things were just overwhelming, or it was just a mixture of all these feelings that I just needed to reset, and just take some time back to journal. I have been doing a lot of journaling. In fact, some of the points in this episode are journal entries that I have thought about, that I have meditated on, and I am trying to find and weave my way through. And I guess that should have happened some time back, but the next best time to do these things is always now. So I'm happy that I'm at least doing that now. Anyway, and then this studio, I actually set this up in the study room at home. You can see all the books that we read. Yes, we are bookworms. And there is nothing much on the other side, just a TV, chairs, and everyone's just a normal study, a prayer room. And I don't know how far I am going to take it, but I might need a second light just to kind of improve the light this side so that they can eliminate the shadows. There are things that I've gone on picking as I watch these YouTubes on how to do video and everything. Because you guys, I've been so stuck in analysis paralysis that right now recording this, I feel like it's so much easier. Okay, and I don't know how good I am following my script or how long this is going to be. Forgive me if it's like 40 minutes, but I'm going to edit it down to like 30 or less, because you guys, editing video is going to be another whole thing. I don't know, I find it very easy to edit the audio on my laptop because I use the Audacity. I just quickly just peruse through everything and I'm done, and everything is just so cut through. But with video, I don't know, it's going to be a different experience. I don't know what I'm going to put in place of the intro, like the music. What am I going to put there? Am I going to put pictures of myself? Am I going to put a poster? That is all something that I'm just going to try to figure out. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good one. Anyway, I also have to admit that I had some fear going into the video thing, and that's why I had this whole paralysis analysis. But I guess the only way to beat fear is to face it. So here I am, looking you straight in the eye, and I hope my eyes are not red or anything. You guys, whenever you hear me laughing in the pod, this is exactly how I'm laughing. So maybe this helps you guys to just have a visual, I should say, connect with the audio that you have been listening to. I hope it helps, but I guess it's going to be fun. I want to think that I'm not really excited, but I am excited to have this out. I am praying that during the editing I can edit it and finish it, but I am not so sure about the facial, like the reactions. I don't know if I am doing too many hand gestures. I don't know if I'm too close to the screen, if I am leaning down a lot, if the voice is getting recorded. You guys, I have had to set up 3 microphones just to make sure that if I lose the video, I'm not going to lose the audio. Like, that's how it has been a struggle recording some of these audios. Like the interview with Brian, I had to delete that whole thing just because I was using mics that were upside down, so they were picking out more of the echoes and the reverberations from the floor than the actual voices that was speaking. So it's really been a learning curve, but I guess that's what goes on with this whole content thing. And forgive the noise outside. I'm recording from home, so definitely there are neighbors outside playing. There is someone opening the gate. There is no one in the house, so I don't expect any noise to come from there. But yeah, please, I'm sorry. Anyway, on to the next thing. I have been thinking of a few formats for the podcast, especially as we go into season 2. I had earlier planned to keep the normal schedule of Monday, Wednesday, Friday posting like the episode. So for those that do not know, I have been posting a themed episode on Monday. So that is a topic that I wanted to share, something that I found important to just put out there, something like how do you use the 9 to 5 to be successful? How do you incorporate sport into your 9 to 5? how badly do you want it, things like that. And then on Wednesday, I do a diary entry episode. So these are just updates on life, on interesting topics that I found, and things like that, just to share this kind of knowledge that I have accumulated during the week, the thoughts I've had, and any interesting things that fall outside of the normal cutthroat episodes that I have. And then Friday is the same thing. I pick a topic and I talk about it. So now I was thinking that maybe Monday could be something that is related to the 9 to 5, so something that helps us become better in the workplace. The reason I am bringing that up is because I realized that one of the things I realized is that I wasn't well equipped to deal with some of the things that were involved with the workplace. We go to university, we have high school, and we go through all these team building exercises and teamwork exercises and all these activities that in theory are supposed to teach us how to work and to just be and play fair in the workplace. But ideally, there are concepts that just need to have you sit down and just talk about that alone and then practice it out, test and see how it works for you. So I realized some of the things like conflict, some minute things on leadership, dictatorship, mentorship, being open to criticism. All those are things that are raised in some of these platforms, but they are not talked a lot about in the context of work. And you are thrust into an environment that everyone else knows what to do. When you come into the workplace, everyone else knows what to do, that they kind of expect you to know what to do since you have gone to university, since you have done what. But the truth is, kids are out there. They get up in the morning, they either do the coursework for the entire group, or they find a way to have 2-3 people, do the coursework out of the 10 people. So clearly no organizational skills, no teamwork skills being taught, like it's assumed it is being done, and lecturers are trying. I mean, everyone is trying to do these things, but it's just not implicitly or explicitly put into us that, this is something you're going to need, so it's better that you learn it. We go through life just going through it and learning what gets learned, The other things that are maybe essential and we don't learn, we just leave them out there. So that's why I wanted to have that whole segment in there. And then obviously I love the diary entry episodes. They're the easiest so far to make. I mean, I just talk about and rant about things that I think are interesting or things I found fun, and I just share that. And it has been therapeutic for me while sharing those kind of episodes. I listen back and I think about what I have said, and it's just therapeutic for me, and I just like it. So that is definitely something I don't think I'll stop doing. And then the Friday episode, I wanted it to go back to the core of why we started the 5 to 9 Job podcast, and that is something that makes us better during our 5 to 9 hours. So that's how I wanted to theme them. I don't know if that will change, but I am definitely up for experimenting and just changing a lot of things. So I don't know, but I think I'll still be tinkering along with this whole process. Trust me that by the time of this recording, I'm recording on Monday. I want to actually release this episode today. But funny thing is, I've recorded, I think already 6 episodes that are fully recorded. I have put in the sounds, I've done everything, and they are ready to be shipped out. But I just felt like doing this one first, the video, because I already have the trailer. That one is already done. It's a 3-minute trailer, but not video. I have one episode I did on Rich Dad Poor Dad. I reread the book and I just did something on that. I am reading Emma. I watched the movie. I loved them. I am definitely not going to bore you with that episode. But I mean, this podcast has become more than something that I just share my own thoughts, but I share other people's thoughts through the videos, through the talks, through the quotes that I've been posting on TikTok, and through these motivational videos that I usually share. And that is why one of the other things I wanted to incorporate into the 5 to 9 Job podcast going forward was that I could make it a platform to, raise other people's voices. Before me starting my own show, I'm going to make an assumption here, but it wouldn't be very easy for me to go onto someone else's show and kind of have a platform for me to just test it out without having all the risk, you know. So I was thinking of some sort of arrangement like that, whereby I could allow people, not even just creators, but normal people, to just come on, you know, or to just reach out to me. You reach out to me, you tell me I want to talk about this and this, you send me the audio, you send me the video, and I will give you the platform, though I am still thinking about the whole rules, because, you know, with all this, you need to be very careful. There are a lot of things that can happen all through that process, you know. Someone could send you their work, you use it, and then later on, they get misunderstandings. Other times, you know, the quality could be bad and you really want to help this person out, but you can't. So there are still those details that I am trying to work out, but just let me know what you think about it. But I definitely think we need a place for people to experiment and fail. Maybe I can start another show and just make it all about that. But, you know, having a lot of moving parts also isn't good. So that's why I just wanted to use one platform to do all that. You know, I am already, side note, starting another thing, although it's more in line with the work that I do. So for anyone that has listened to any of the other episodes, you know that I do real estate. I'm into property management, agency, consultancy, and all that. So I wanted to start a YouTube channel that is going to build my whole brand in that space. So more into the whole consultancy thing, more into being a voice for real estate in Uganda, in East Africa, in Africa, and one day, definitely one day, globally. So building that kind of brand requires me to have my own kind of content that I'm putting out there that is in line with that, but is independent from all this. So I wanted to start another channel. I'm going to be doing it under another company that I have been writing for a really long time. I've been writing for a company called Thrillty Services Limited for some time now, and I guess I'm now ready to take it to the next phase where I can put my face behind the words and the wisdom that I've been sharing. So I've been writing LinkedIn blog posts, and they are good. I like the content that I put out. I feel passionate about writing, but now this gives me a whole other avenue to just kind of perform what I have been writing, and I don't know, maybe just build that whole brand so that everyone can see the face behind the content that I've been putting out there, because, you know, there is a lot of faceless content out there, and I just want mine to be mine. Anyway, that's also another thing. And going on to the next one, I have here experimenting with TikTok. So I've been experimenting a lot with TikTok, and I have to tell you, I like the TikTok algorithm more than I like the others. Even YouTube, I have nothing against you, but the shorts on YouTube are just, and then when you come to TikTok, it's just crazy how this platform pushes out content. So I've been experimenting on a few things, pictures. I've been editing videos myself, some shorts, some, you know, I'm getting used to this whole thing. Trust me, it is going to be a learning curve, even with this video, even with this podcast that I am releasing today. But, you know, I have been trying the whole removing backgrounds, the whole playing with the animations, with the background music, and then with the transitions, with the loops, and then with the overlays. And then, you guys, it's all so complicated that we think these TikTok videos that we see are very easy to make, but trust me, people put in hours into making just a single 15-second video that, you know, you might enjoy and maybe even not watch fully, but someone has definitely put in sweat and tears into that. So I don't know, I just have a newfound enjoyment and respect for creators that I didn't have before, but it's definitely growing on me as I get more involved in this thing. Anyway, I don't want to make this video very long. One, because I don't want to put you through it, and then two, because I don't want to edit it a lot. So I am going to definitely stop here and just promise that I'll do my part in making more of these, if that is what you like, or if that is better. But otherwise, from the 5 to 9 Job podcast and from the team, which is mostly me, we wish you a very good week. Thank you for listening. If you like the show, if you like the episode, please give us 2 double thumbs up. Like, just log into another account and also thumbs up, like on 2 accounts. Anyway, just like, comment, share, please share, and always come back here for the next episode, for the next show. I'll see you then. Bye bye.